Okay, I had to go put my robe on. Getting cold. Okay, now I'm going to do PennyRoyal. Okay, we all know the movie PennyRoyal. Isn't that what this is? It's a plant. Okay, first of all, it is a member of the mint family. Okay. Uh, some people will tell you it's toxic. Some people will tell you it isn't. From my research, my personal research, I'm leaning more towards um, non-toxic. Uh, now, it'll tell you, not to ingest the essential oil. Well, duh. You don't want to be ingesting any essential oil. Those are topical. Um, this is another one. As I said in my last video, I have come across 3 very mysterious plants on my last 3 herbal videos, evidently. Because this is another one that nobody seems to know exactly if it's male or female or both. Lexi, quit. Scratching on my wall. But first of all, the Latin name Mentha Pulgium or Lamiaceae. The folk name or names, there's several, are squaw mint, mosquito plant, pudding grass, and tickweed. The overall uses for magic is peace and tranquility, love spells, healing, protection, it's a flea repellent, and it's used to protect travelers. That's just a few. Of course, the gender is female and male. Here we go with that. The ruling elements, since it is both male and female, you're going to have earth and fire. And the planets, of course, you're going to have Venus and Mars. I just can't figure this stuff out while all of a sudden I'm coming up with this stuff. Now, the deities, of course, then would be, you'd think, Venus and Mars, yeah. Pantheon you're in, you know that sometimes they're called different things between the Greeks and the Latin in mythology. This is also one I consider above and, of course, beyond all of them is Hecate. It's one of her herbs. And the ruling chakra would be, your throat. It is just so complex. As I said, you can do your own research on it. As I tell you to do on all these. The magical properties, it's used for peace and tranquility. It's used in healing rituals, like, it's mostly put in sachets or sachets, however you want to pronounce that. I say sachets. Like I said, the travelers have used it for protection. That's probably what you'd find in a traveler's, bag. I can't think of the name of it right now. That you would wear around your neck, maybe. If placed in the shoe, it works against tired feet. So this would be an awesome herb for nurses, doctors, waitresses, bartenders, anyone that's nonstop moving on their feet, almost their whole shift. It supposedly helps troubled marriages, protects you from the evil eye. And I'm kind of throwing this in there. If it's ruled by Venus, then it would probably be good in love or attraction spells. And I have love spells over here on, the highlights of it. It will help heal your aura if you have recently suffered from an addiction that has damaged it, turned it black and smoggy looking, yucky. In order to do that, you would probably make a spray out of it, I would think. And just kind of, spray it around you. It's used in spells to protect your psychic energies from negativity of others, and to strengthen, cleanse, and repair the aura, as I said. So this would be a wonderful herb to put like in a little tiny bag and wear it around your neck. Put it under your shirt. You don't have to have it hanging out if you don't want to, but it seems like it's an excellent protection herb for the aura and to repel negative energy, even if you're at work around negative people all day. There you go. In nursing again, it would be a perfect per se medicine bag to have around your neck. The medicinal properties. It has been used for abortions, canker sores, gas, gallbladder disease, gout, liver disease, fatigue, indigestion, which is also called dyspepsia, stomach conditions, and so many more. I just wrote down a few. But once again, the oil is very dangerous. You can plant it in your gardens to detour pests. An infusion is actually the best way to dose with it. It was used in the flavoring of food. It's a very aromatic and tasteful herb. And a long time ago, they actually had, if I ever find a picture of it, well, I wouldn't know how I'd show y'all. But you can probably research it. A long time ago, it was used it was in pill form, seriously. And it came in one of those tins that, like your Altoids or, your breath mints and stuff come in. And that's what it was used for, was you take them. It was of the abortion pill. I think that said that on the tin or something to that effect. But it was sold in stores. I mean, no doctor regulated it. I don't even know if the FDA existed back then, but as we all know, they've stopped that, I'm sure. Now the tincture, I wrote this down here. It's usually 1 teaspoon of dried leaves steeped in water and strained. Okay. And it doesn't say the ratio for water. I would say if it's 1 teaspoon, at least 1 cup of water in there. And you know what you do with a tincture. You strain all the herbs out of it and then put it in a bottle, a dropper bottle. And you usually just use a drop or two. I would start with 1 drop just to make sure you're not allergic to it. But do your research. Way more research than I'm giving you right now This is an overall compilation of everything. So do your own research. Now, if you do this and you get sick, do not blame it on me. Disclaimer, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm saying this is what has been done. So if you do this and get sick, it's not my fault. The doses, if you do decide to ingest this internally, evidently it's extremely easy to OD on it. Not to get your dosages right. So you should always have somebody there with you in case something was to go wrong. They could get you help immediately. Evidently, a lot of people aren't measuring it right or have done something, but for whatever reason, it flagged this. Now, here's another contradiction. It'll say, it also tells you, now, this is what it tells you it was used for, can be used for, how to use it. But it also says likely unsafe when taken by mouth. Can cause stomach pain, dizziness, and many other issues. Even applied to the skin may be unsafe. Okay, well, right here, it plainly states, do not use the essential oil. I don't even know that PennyRoyal essential oil exists. If it does, I don't know how they're marketing it. If it's supposedly, of course, most essential oils are poisonous. We don't ingest them, but some of these are also poisonous topically. If you soak them through your skin, which is what essential oils do, they go into your skin. So you have to do your own research on that. Do not take it during pregnancy. Shouldn't have to tell you that, but common sense will tell you if it was used as an abortion pill or an abortion herb at one point, that you probably don't want to take it while you're pregnant or while your menstruation is heavy. To me, that sounds like it would have some sort of blood thinner in it. It would just make you bleed more. But then up here it says it's used for menstrual cramps. I don't know. What is definitely known, no matter what, it's very toxic to cats and dogs. So, as usual, if you have pets, and I say this with every herb, some of them are completely fine for us to use in all manners and all manners of the plant. But a lot of them are very toxic to your animals. So, do the research. If you don't do anything else, at least do that and protect them, because if you drop something on the floor and you have dogs, they go around, they lick up everything. And evidently this has a nice smell to it and a nice taste because we used it for flavoring a long time ago. So it can't smell or taste that bad to a cat or a dog, which would lead them to try to consume it. So make sure you use it very carefully. Anywhere you have used it, sweep your floor, vacuum, whatever you need to do. Animals can get it. Of course, with anything else and all that good stuff, so that you don't get sick and that you can use these herbs for what they were meant for. As I said, I don't usually ingest any of these. Now, I might, if I see a tea that has these already, like at the grocery store or something, then I'll probably use them. But unless I grow my very own plants and know exactly what they are, I'm just not going to ingest them. To each their own, call me paranoid, whatever. And as I said before, I'm not cutting down or putting down any of these herbal places, because a lot of them are very organic and they're very good at what they do, and they do their research. They wouldn't give you anything that would harm you. But they also have all the information out on every plant that they sell, and it's there when you purchase that. So make sure you read it. That's what it's there for. And protect yourself, your pets, your children, and all that good stuff. And a lot of these, like the last 3 I've done, you just have to sit down and try to figure it out yourself. Because honestly, I'm getting both male and female and different planets. And anyway, yeah, just do your own research. I was going to show it to you. I don't want to really get it out because, well, what I just said, my cat's right behind me. So, and she's a vegetarian. I've told you all this. She eats everything, plants and everything. But, and it's hard. It really doesn't look any different. All these kind of look the same. Some are darker than others. But when they're dried, they pretty much all look the same. And I get mine already dried, except for that calendula. It's not dried. And I really need to lay it out somewhere. I don't want it just sitting in there in that container to possibly mold if there is anything, any moisture left in there, which there is if they're still soft. They're not dried out. But it's also better to, if you're going to make teas and stuff out of them, to boil them like that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know what I'll do. But anyway, that's another herb for you to think on. You decide for yourself whether it's actually toxic or not. It is a plant of Hecate, and she likes her poisonous herbs. But she also loves mugwort, and mugwort isn't poisonous. So, well, not to humans anyway, or animals that I know of. But anyway, you do, as always, do your own research on every one of these herbs. You can listen to what I say and then research further, especially if you're going to ingest it. If you're just going to use it in your spell work, go for it. But if you're going to ingest these, make sure you know what the allergens are and all that good stuff, because you don't want to go into anaphylaxis, do you? Okay, I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.